Welcome to Project Likkutei Torah. We're holding page 95, Daf Tzadik Hey, the second to last page before the end of Parshas Maasei. We learned in the previous Maimorim, why does it say a funny lashon? And then Maasei. So he explained in the previous Maimorim that Moshe gives moitza the moker and neshama to you can give them koyach to do an avodah. Then there's Maaseihem lemeitzoeihem, how a yid swims back to his etzem and neshama. Now there's a problem. If he just swims back to his etzem and neshama, then was is the fadunen. If you invest $1 and make $1, you didn't do anything. So if meitzoeihem goes to Maaseihem, then he comes back. What did you gain? So he explains, Hine ak nikra adam dibria. We know that Ein Sof Shalifnei Tzimtzum is called Adam Da'atzilis, Diklolos. And Ak is called Adam Dibria Diklolos. And Akudim, Nekudim, and Atikim, and Arechampe. Could call it Akudim, Nekudim. Or Atikim, and Arechampe is called Adam Da'atzilus. And the whole Atzilus is called Adam Da'asiyah. Reitzalema tells us that Rebbe did Tzemach Tzedek Pshat. What's a Pshat? Bald in Klolos Eilomis, Ak is called Bria. So what's Atzilus in Klolos Eilomis? What's higher than Ak? Dozot men as Atzilus in the Pshat Ein Sof Shalifnei Tzimtzum. As Yadua, Pshat in Atzilus means Vayetzal min Ruach, like it says by Moshe Rabbeinu when he wanted to give Kol Yisrael meat. Vayetzal. As is not helmen agilum nishbris chachas eshmiyayin. The Liebe, that I'm shoche from the carbonated of Atzilis is mehelem el agilum. That the air was calling the Morvi state in Pirkei the Rabbi Lezer actually nivro ilam hayosh me bilvat, like Ziv Hashemesh is calling Guf Hashemesh. Noch dem Vetes wie Vetas Ziv Fazich. I'm shochem el malagilesis Atzilus. Mashen kinak was watching the mitzvahs from Esses Shviris. Sinishta pashut, since included the Heitzshem Bria, the Aschole from Esses Shviris. And the ultimate from Esses Shviris is in Atzilus. Be'erin says the Alter Rebbe, Ak and Avian Shem Avaya, which Esses Shviris. Yud is Chochma Atzilus, hey, is been as a Brivov, is a book so Sitzirech in his Malchus. On the Kesed, the Klolos, the Kesed. Is Ak on 8 cases shall Yud, because he's coil everything. Hey, they say Baruch Hu like he is. Lifnei Atzimtzum, ein like Tchilo v'Tichlos have a beginning and an end. And if these Havos will be straight from there and say Lifnei Atzimtzum, there would be seriously in case with Tachlis. And nevertheless, there's only Esses Fides because this was his Ola Britzene. And this Ratzonel, that there should be only Esses Fides, is called Adam Kadman. Like it says, Kilei Mashavisechem, since the Eibishter wanted it was Nishave right away. And we're learning that Ak is Adam de Bria, because there starts that Schol from Esses Fides. And this is what it says from Arizal, which tonight is his yard site. Arizal says in its Chaim Sharik Dushas Akis Keser Kel Kol Eilemis Matzils Briatziras in Esses Fides Choch Mezatzilis Machas Asiyah. On Ak is kill everyone. Ak is kesed. And they're right away created, because when the Eibishter wants something, it gets created right away. It does see the pshat ak is elkeles spheres. No, them kommt up that's supposed to be more begilu. There could be ashpa, but the way es spheres are kolul in ak, they cannot be ashpa. Why? Because over there be b'chinas ayin ubitol, like we explained before, but Alma discussed at the bottom of Tzis b'mikeda. And look in Terei, previously in the Brahmasov Yisrael, there's two shemes havai. There's havai, the Sata, which creates havai, which is the Rotzein. And kumtu is that the lower level of havai is the essence spheres of Atzilas B'riyat Tzirasiya. And Shem havai del Eilo, that it gives ke'at havai del Sata, but it's higher than his havas bepoyel. This is the Rotzenelian act that has the essence spheres. But they were there in Rotzenelian because, like he said before, when the Eibishter wants something, it happens right away. And this is Pshat and Bereshis. When it says Yihi Eir, Vayehi Eir, a double Loshen. Yihi Eir is the way the Eir is called Lenak, and then Vayehi Eir, the way it's Bepeil Amat on the lower spheres. Also Pshat and Zeyar Bereshis. Vayehi Eir, an Eir that was already Yihi Eir Vayehi, an Eir that was called Lenak. That's the first Indian of Yihi Eir. Ak is called Raiva, the called Raivin. The Rotzen of all the Ritzanis, so that's when a Sefer writes a Yud. First, he does the speechik on the top, the koitz, and then the Yud, not the Yud, and then the koitz. Because the koitz is Keser, which is Ak Raiva, the called Raivin, and from him becomes the Yud, the Sfiris that says. This is what the Maggid used to say. And the Pasuk Keidei Hadei Smereish, we say it also in the Musaf Rosh Hashanah. Keidei Hadei Smereish means he calls the essence Sfiris from Akta Binis Galilemato, like he called a friend who's far, and the Uvein Boile can't come here. The reason that Ak is called Reish, like it says in Mishnas Chassidim, that Ak is the Arich of the Arbei Law, Mrs. Kela, Bialak Arich Ampinis Kela Tzilis, like it says in Eitz Chaim Sharek Dusha. And Arich is called Reish Risheres Shanet Solim. That's why Ak is called the Reish. Because it's Bedugmas Arich Tatzilis is Ak, the close say the Rishtalsfus. Those in Pshat of the spheres are called Deides. The Gemara says the Loshen Dore, which is Shudes. Chabad is one Shura Chagas, another Shura. They're also called Deides, Miloshen generation. Chochmebin is the father and the mother, Chagas are the children. And he are the grandchildren, so they're called Deides. Shmeireish is Ak, like it'll soon explain in the Maimah regarding Moitzo Eyem is connected with Ak. Look in Eitz Chaim. And higher than the Gulgalta of Ak, there's an Atik Datzilis. Opedi Shami explains over there the Holy Arizal. Just like Malchus the Ak is the Atik for Atzilos, Malchus the Atzilos. For Neres of Shlefnat Simtzum is the Atik to Bria. Pshat, the Ak is on the Bria, the Atik of this Bria, so Malchus the Atzilis, on our Oris and Seif and Neres of Shlefnat Simtzum, which is called Atzilis de Klolos. Stel the Shaila, how could you say in Atzilis, which is Ein Sof, Malchus the Atzilis, there's no sweetness over it. It's Pashut, Malchus of Shittis. Masbrin is that he's on his yahrzeit tonight. That it's the lowest level, even though it's like a moshel, even though it's not shayir there. But l'shachech hoezen, So we say that. Kem and Zog der Alter Rebbe. And there Kav, even though he's also in Mamish, it comes from Atzilus. Kav comes from Lifnei Atzimtzum. But it comes through the Tzimtzum, it lowers itself, its status from Lifnei Atzimtzum, and becomes an Atik to Ak, an Atik to Elam Abriya. Just like Malchus, that Atzilus itself becomes an Atik to Briya de Biamamesh. It's Bekei Adim Mosach, between Atzilus and Briya. It comes in the Arichampin and Briya, the same as Lamaila, by Ak, which is Briya de Klolos. 10 Sviris in order they should be created have to be a Tzimtzum component, which is a higher Tzimtzum than Parshas Mosach, like explained elsewhere. And the Kav is Bekei the Tzimtzum Meir Ba'ak, and this is Pshat in the Pasuk Yeshaya. Oz Yiboke Kashach Erech, because the Kav is Bekei the Tzimtzum, obviously a Kav Echut. Und ahora, look, and Emek HaMelech. And the Chut from there in Sof is the 11th. Achados is higher to say the Shtalshlus. Higher than 10 Sviris, even the highest 10 Sviris of Ak. One of them Zokum Eser Elias, Achadoson. And then there's the higher Madrega, which says in Pasuk Yo Antu Chad, V'lo B'chushpon, it's higher than the Chashbes Sviris. Seviv Kolalmin, which is higher than this level of Malchus. That's the Helm higher than Tzimtzum. Also, the Pshat was that he's all gesagt. The Mashiach will come, there'll be Gili Primisatik, there'll be the Atik, higher than Kav, the Enisov Shafnat Tzimtzum Mamish, will be Nizgal. This is also Pshat, what says in Eitz Chaim, that the Ragli Ak finish in Asiya, because since Ak is the Ratzah for everything, it's Kelo Selam Asiya. Also, the Ishavas, the physical world, everything is Kolol in Ak. After the Alter Rebbe gives the Akdome about Ak, now he's going to push it back to Parshas Maasei. This is the Membei's Masois that we learned there was Nisiyo Vachanoya, traveling and resting, like it says by Ibn Seo Benucha Yeman. It's Halo, and I'm sure we stay Mitzrayim Maasei. Mitzrayim is Ak, and it had Nisiyo Vachanoya. It has to be an ebb and a flow, Moti V'lei Moti. It comes down and goes right back up. Because since the Hamshoch is such a high place, it doesn't come down smoothly down. It comes in a pchin of Moti V'lei Moti, and just be Moti to be Slavish and Kalim. As soon as it comes, it disappears because the Kali can't contain it. But the Ikin is going along and Matala Milo. That's why the Leviim carry the Mishkan. Because the Aliyas HaMishkan is through Gvureis. That's why it says in the Sechtes Mides that we learn in these days. The Leviim had to watch in 21 places. Because the Leviim keep it should be Vazora Korev Yumos. But this Allah, that's the first time Shochet is the Kian. That's why it says that the Kianim had to put the Leviim on their avoided that to cover the Odin, because they are the ones who are Mamshich Lamato, they're Kianim Ishaches, they're Mamshich Lamato. And that's why the Korbanos, the Cohen brought 2 sheep every day. Says that I made in the Kivot because the Gimel Rishain is the Ak cannot be Amshach only from the Zayin Tachtenis, the Ak through the sheep. Yaakov is Zayin Tachtenis, he was Mamshech at Lamato. But from the Zayin Tachtenis, the Ak from Arechampin should come down Lamato. This is the Karbonis. So the K and Shachesa brings it down and the Levi brings it up. It was a state Sade, Shekam and Nokam. Neil said he had a vision of white hair like clean wool. That's the middays, and the shade is from Zayin Tachtenis that they come out of Champin. And that's the hair of the head. The Yankee was mamshech in our world. That also in our world should be bitlayesh. And this is pshat for the Membei's Masois, the Zayin Midas Ever Fushesh, the Misala to the Moker Rishinak. The Moker Amshach is from Zayin Tachtenis that just like fire goes up to its higher Yesed. And we explained before the Maimonides Why is Sfira Seimer 49, not 42? Because Sfira Seimer is Mamshech Lamata. So the Malchus is counted because from each Sfira. Because Malchus means going down and being Izgal Lamata. But Shem Mab, which is Allah, you only have Shisha Pninis, not Shvi'is. Special that the Allah is to the Mokir Orishinina. And over there, they're called Pninis Beetle in their source. And there's no Shaykh, there should be Izgal Sa'ir for the Mulamato. It's Yihi Eir. The Eir that's in Ak and come down Lamata to the lower Shem Havaya is created. Could be, says the Alter Rebbe, this is Pshat in the Zeyat Truma, that Mab Solik, it goes up, V'lo Inochis, it doesn't come down, it's Ha'aloah. Zog der weit in the Maimon, this what it says by Maasei is Vayichtiv Meishe. Meishe wrote Chisomer Shel HaKadosh Baruch Hu Emes. Just like when a person writes down physical words, it comes down in its ruchnis coming down to the Gashmi is. So is Chisomer Shel HaKadosh Baruch Hu Emes. Chochmah is Emes, because Chochmah is knowing the truth. Now, Aksil could also say stupid stuff. But it's not true. The Chochmah knows the truth. Chochmah is called Emes. What's the Emes? Chochmah lo is Emes. What's the Emes? That ain't in Milvade. That there's nothing besides Hashem, and that's why it's called Emes. And nevertheless, we know that Chochmah compared to Say Baruch Hu Asiyah Gufnis. And the Yesemikin Ein Arech. Ein Arech Avasiyah Legabe Atzilus. Atzilus Legabe higher is less than Arech. Because Ak is higher than Chochmah. And even Ak is called other than Brios. Chochmah is called Emes. It's Chisomer Shel HaKadosh Baruch Hu. It's an Asiyah physical seal. And Vayichtiv Meishe brought it down, the Ruchnis in Gashmis. And like we said before in the Maimorim Barichas, that this is the Inyan, the Tikkun ve'emes. There's this Galus HaChochmah, the two cheeks, like I explained, that there's no Cyrus and no Tzumtzumim. And this is the Shinai in the Heirin, that the Rebbe shines. Ashayot says, so the Mechochmah, this is Emes, but the other 13, other 12, Arachel v'chanu, that not Ein Sof. Because Ein Sof has no shaykhs to Rachel v'chanu, which are Mides. Is Meishe, which is Shuzvin the Malka, he brings God down to the world, brought Tikkun Emes Lamata. From them shines Zoh, and from them they had Koyach. Go into the terrible midbar of the Eivdik Chovim Azolas and subdue the Klippes. Zog the Tzemach Tzedek, and this is Chochmas Timor that gives Koyach. To be entire all the Klippes of Klippas Nega, Chochma the Ak comes in Malchus the Ak, comes in Atzilus, which is Meitzoeya. Orton says the Alter Rebbe comes the Teira, that's why it's called Teiras Emes. That's why most of the Maasei were the Orden, because Dafke the Teiras Emes. Gita Yidke Atzu brechen the Welt to the Midbar Hoamim. And the same way like it was when the Yidden traveled in the desert. Same ways when I Yid learn Teiras and Mamshech Emes Liyakiv and Shomes, there's only kind of Machnia Zain their body, that's from the skin of the snake. Mashcha the Chavya, Bimim Botol the Eberste. Also the Birchas HaMitzvahs, Baruch Ato Hashem, Baruch means Hamshocha. The Rebbe should come down, and then, as Hashem says, so we go higher. And through all this, there's the Mayim Duchrin, the male waters, and the Rebbe is this Kasha with us. Based on these two Akdomas. The Akdome, what is Ak? The Akdome of how it's connected with the travel. Now we'll understand the moral Kabbalah, the Inyan for Meitzo Ehem Lemaaseihem U'Maaseihem Lemaaseihem when he began. Meitzo is Amoka, like it says Meitzo Mayim, it's Ak Moka Neshomas. Okay, there's Meresh Ak is killed the entire Stashalos, and from that Dargin Ak, Meisha Mamshech the Orel Lemata Neshomas Beguf. and they have the keach habitol, because Maasei is their source and act they're totally bebitol, like we explained. And through this, a yid also has bittul and he has keach to subdue his goof and his yeshes. Because I'm shochev emes durch Torah titin emes liyakid. As in Torah, you have Rotzenelium, which is connected to Ak is also Rotzen. And through this, you're Meir Rotzenelium on your Nefesh. And the purpose of all this, it should be Maasei al pi Havaya, the pi Havaya is Malchus. And mates of pi Havaya, the source of pi Havaya is the Moker of Peh. Those in the Pshat Eichet in Posikilei, Ala Lechem Levada Yichyodah. Odom is mekabel for lechem, which is gematria mazla. But from how does it work? Yal meets from the source higher than the mazla, which is sidei. Then the pasuk says, then you go back up to your source, like fire goes back to its higher source. More you could speak. It says it's a matzed akavos, and then from by Yichtiv Meishe. It says earlier in Likkutei Torah, Parshas case there's Eisach Kike Eisach Sa. And it says by the Luchas there was Eisach Hakike, that's total bittul. It's explained in Chassidus when you write something on the parchment, the ink is separate. Hakike is totally bittul. That comes from Maasei, which is the shadish for Yiddish Neshama. If an Eisach Hakika, but when a Shom, it comes on the mat and the Guf is Eisach Sa in order. Meishe was mamshich. They should be Maasei Eisach Hakika in Eisach Sa. They should be able to become bottled to go back in a from Bechukesed Telechu, which is Mahalchim Livu. No Zokte. Ken Zogan as when in the Shom, it goes back to Maasei. It's higher when it is Shom. Is Nimshich for Maasei, even though we talk about Maasei is Ak. We said in the beginning of the Maimed that from the Gimel Rishenis that can't be any Amshocha. All Amshochas are Zayin Tachtenes. So the Amshocha from the beginning is Maasei L'Maasei. From the Zayin Tachtenes back. But then there's the Haloah Ve'ele Maaseihem. Also the Liba to be bottled Nichol Nein Seibar. Your Nichol not in Zayin Tachtenes Dak, in Gimel Rishenis Dak. Und das im Mashmechen sehr Truma, that Adi Satur Ben Sof those Solik Vilonochs, very high, which is Shema Ben Sof Mamish. It's Mas Vidalta, sorry, the Holy Arizal. And Priyat Chaim Sharak Rishma Shema Bistak in Gimel Rishenes, and thus in the Pshat Nazir Truma Solik Vilonochs. He goes out to such a high place, Vilay Nochis. It's not shaykh to be any amshocha from there because Gimel Rishenis Dak is higher. So this explains to us that you don't just invest and get back the same investment, but it makes it to go higher to Gimel Rishenis Dak. Maasei Pshat Maasei is Arif the Chol Sabyad Alois and Ati Klolasei Lomeis, like we explained before. Pasuk says it is made that you're aliyah from Asher Bora, that you go even higher than Ak, not only into Gimel Rishenis, but you go into the Atik of Ak, which is connected with Asif Shalifnetzim. And a Yid, through doing his Aveda, gets to that aliyah. Yasher Koyach. Tomorrow we'll finish the last daf of Dvorim.